I'm sick and tired of it, to be honest with you. I'm sick and tired of the North London derby. I'm sick and tired of Arsenal being better than us. I am sick and tired of a lot of things. I don't think there's a worse feeling than losing the North London derby. Losing it at home is one thing, but to lose it at home 3 times in a row is just unacceptable, regardless as to who the manager is, regardless as to who the players are on the pitch, regardless of the team. Tottenham were not good enough again today. You have that entire international break to prepare. You have the hurt of the Newcastle game to sit down and really set up and think about it. And we just spammed pointless crosses into the box that hit absolutely no one because our players haven't got enough quality to find our striker in the box. I saw about 7 crosses fly over the top of Dominic Solanke's head in this game, and it's just unacceptable. Arsenal's game plan worked to a T. It worked to absolute perfection. Soak up the pressure. Rely on us not being able to do anything in the final third, which has been the problem all season so far. And then, snatch and grab, set pieces, we know they're strong at. And what's going on? What's going on with their goal? Romero, what's going on? Vicario, what's going on? How many set pieces is it going to take for us to seriously address this problem? Because it is a problem, and it's costing us goals, it's costing us games, and it's costing us points against our biggest rivals. I don't think David Raya had to make a decent save in the second half. We were better in the first half than we were in the second half. But in the second half, they were as comfortable as you like. As comfortable as you like. And you could feel it around the stadium when they were 1-0 up. It was hopelessness. No one in that stadium believed that we could get back into that game. Just so much wrong with the game. It's so frustrating. If there's one game you want to win in the season, it's beating Arsenal at home in front of your own crowd. You have a great opportunity to, with no Rice and no Odegaard, and they still looked better than us. I'm not putting this on the manager because, I've been publicly vocal about being Ange-in and backing him, and so I'm not going to go there, but everyone deserves criticism when you lose games like this. Brennan Johnson, he cannot be starting for Tottenham. He is not good enough. Bentancur is not the answer in midfield. I know he had his hands tied today because Bissouma's out injured. He is not the answer in midfield. And I'm sorry, bringing Timo Werner on for James Maddison in the dying stages. James Maddison, if you're going to pump balls into the box, you need James Maddison to do it because he is the one player that will at least find a Tottenham shirt. You're relying on Timo Werner, who nearly cost us a second goal at the end to put crosses into the box. Relying on so much and relying on individual, brilliance or magic, and it was never going to come today. The game went exactly how Mikel Arteta will have wanted it to. Exactly how he envisioned it. The first half, it wasn't even that bad. The referee ruined the game to an extent, handing out yellow cards like it's Christmas or something like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So he ruined the game to an extent. He should never be allowed anywhere near a North London derby ever again. It was a shameful refereeing performance. Absolutely awful standard of officiating in the Premier League. It's in the bin as it is. And then you put someone in like that for their first derby, doesn't understand it at all, giving out yellow cards for absolutely nothing to both sides. Ridiculous. Vicario gets booked for, during Timber, pulling his shirt and squaring up to him. Absolutely ridiculous. So he should have been sent off. Just pathetic. But in regards to the football, what can you even say? Solanke did some good things. He struggled to get into the game, a little bit, but he needed help. He's playing against the best defence in the league. Ben White wasn't at it today. Sonny had the better of him, but we didn't make it count. We didn't make it pay. Like I said, in the second half, Arsenal probably could have played another 90 minutes with us playing like that and we wouldn't have scored. It's so frustrating. 4 games in, we have 4 points. We're already, 10 points, is it? 10 points or so off, 8 points off the lead. 8 points off the top of the table in Manchester City. And the run doesn't get any easier. The games start coming thick and fast now, twice a week. Coventry in the Carabao Cup, Europa League starts. It felt like a season-defining game today. If you win that game, you get a massive load of momentum. You go on a massive run. Your confidence is sky high. But you go out there and lose it and you're deflated. And the thing that's most annoying is the players will just come out and they will give you the same old stuff. They say it all before the game. We know how much this game means to the fans. And then they'll come out after a game and say, we weren't good enough. There are things we can do better and we'll work on them in the coming weeks to make it up to the fans and prove that we're better than what we showed today. That will be the nonsense that comes out in the press after this game. I'm steaming and I'm fuming, and I'm sure I'll calm down. I'm sure I will calm down in a few hours' time. But recording this straight after the game, I am so incredibly frustrated. So incredibly frustrated. Arsenal have won more games at our new stadium since it opened. They've won the same amount than we have at the Emirates since it opened. And I get it, right? I get it. Arsenal are on another level to Tottenham at the moment. They are a better team than us. They're chasing the Premier League title, competing for that at the top end of the table. We are in year 2 of a project rebuild, and Ange is, doing what Ange is going to do. But for me, losing 3 games in a row at home, first time since the 1980s to Arsenal, it's not good enough, because they were there for the taking today. They're missing 2 of their best players. And we still didn't have control of the midfield. They still look better than us in midfield. Partey and Jorginho, come on, we need to be better. We have to be better. I thought Kulusevski had a decent game for what it's worth. I thought Son was okay. Romero, I love the bloke and I'll stick up for him until the end of time, but he has to do better for the corner. Vicario has to sort his stuff out. He has to ASAP, because we're going to drop a lot of points if he isn't. He is 6 foot what? 6'4", 6'5" or something. Just grab the ball, come out and grab the ball. And if you get pulled, if you get hassled, you'll get the free kick. He has to be braver. Gabriel is scoring that header from inside the 6-yard box. Free header, absolutely ridiculous. One of them has to deal with it. We shot ourselves in the foot. We made the game hard for ourselves. We made it difficult for ourselves. The referee was awful. The referee was really, really bad. I've already touched upon that. The subs, like I've already said, Wilson Odobert should be starting over Brennan Johnson. I've seen enough in the 2 or 3 games that he's played for us to suggest that he is better than Brennan Johnson, for sure. Brennan Johnson, again, can beat his man and then delivers to absolutely no one. Odobert brings a different dynamic, a different skill set, I guess I should say, but man, I'm absolutely furious. Absolutely furious. Arsenal, in my opinion, they deserved it. They deserved the 3 points because everything went exactly as they wanted. Saka didn't even have a sniff in the game, really, but they still got the job done. Their defenders bullied us. We played right into their hands in the second half because we can't penetrate the final third and we can't break down the low block. So what's the answer? What's the answer going forward? We've got some tough games coming up. Manchester United, West Ham, Brighton. Tough games. And if we're not better than we were today, we'll lose those games as well. Just a hugely frustrating day. I am confident that things will pick up and the form will pick up, because it has to. It simply has to. How long is it going to take for Solanke to become fully integrated into the team? How long is it going to take for Brennan Johnson to be a regular player off the bench rather than starting? Can Basuma get fit quickly? How long is he out for? Can Romero and Van der Ven stay fit? So many questions that need to be answered, and hopefully Ange faces the media and says it plainly, says it how it is. But I'm not sure what I'm expecting too much, because he's already said he wants to win this game as much as any other game. It doesn't mean anything extra to him, so take that how you want to. But yeah, Arsenal got the win. We lost again. A third North London derby at home in a row. 4 points from 4 games to start the season. I will retain faith that things will turn around and get better. But football's football, and we can't control that. We can only sit and be horrible spectators that have to hope and have their weekends ruined by watching the team. But we move on. I guess we have to put it behind us quite quickly and go again. But I guess we'll see what happens. So that's it from me. I'll have an analysis video out in the next couple of days breaking down what I thought Spurs did poorly, I guess, in the game, what we did well, what needs to change. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I guess enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Awful, man.